na 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 na. That was a good TV series. Too bad the new one blows chunks. Anyways, it was a fun footage to play around with, primarily because of this computer. I bought and used this computer for 11 months now, so I think I qualify for a reliable user review. Let me adjust that title a little bit. Let's start from the beginning. I needed a good editing PC, since 4K files were stressing out my old computer like Comic-Con attendees trying to return their costume on eBay during the self-isolation era. Yes, that's right, Wolverine, you have to keep your plastic claws. This is my old HP PC. It was decent for its time, in 2013. Now you might ask, why don't I build my own PC like a real man? A nerdy real man. One who builds his own love doll out of PVC pipes, unsanded. Well, first of all, you got some attitude, buddy. Secondly, I'm halfway incompetent. I had to call CLX to find out that the HDMI cable goes to a connection on the GPU. And after I unscrewed the side panels, I still had to Google how to take the side off. You don't want to have a PC built by me. Anyways, for this custom build I selected an Intel 8700K processor that has been overclocked to 4.5 GHz. The graphics card is an RTX 2070. The RAM that is currently installed is a Corsair Dominator RGB 64 gigs. However, when I ordered the PC, I had 16 gigs of RAM installed by XPG, and 2 months later I ordered another 16 gigs from Cybertron, so I can have my 32 gigs. However, the order wasn't completely perfect when the computer arrived. The card reader on my PC didn't work. That was slightly disappointing. CLX paid for the portable card reader that I later on bought, so it's fine. Although it doesn't really look very flush. Basically, for 4K video editing, you want a graphics card that has at least 8 gigs of video RAM. It will make timeline manipulation smooth, and certain programs like DaVinci Resolve will need more GPU power. If you're dealing with Adobe or PowerDirector, you definitely want high processor frequency. These are the specs of my PC, and a common price from last year, depending on the time and sales when you ordered. At the time, the Intel chips were on sale, so that's where I bought them. They have a status update that lets you know what stage your computer build is in. I will go through the CLX website's configurator to show you how it all works. If you don't care about this part, skip to time point 7 minutes 43. Base model to customize, and that one can't get painted or water cooled. I will actually configure this demo to be as close to my PC, and that way we see any changes in price from last year. There are not many options of cases, but what's there at least looks good. There are even more details on the specs of cases if you're interested. As you can see, this one looks like the Starship Impulse nacelle, which is why I picked it. I actually almost got this case, thinking of creating maybe a Mario Kart Rainbow Stage theme PC. But ultimately the Enterprise came out on top. This one has 4 fans. By the way, the case is actually quite well ventilated. Okay, fan color is red for the warp nacelle aesthetics. You can pick from different case lighting options. I took the basic one. Now the 8700K no longer exists on this website, so I will take the 9700K. So in that regard, this build has a better processor than mine, having 2 more cores. Unlike your hinge profile, this site mentions if something isn't compatible, which is the case of this motherboard. And if you click on another motherboard that isn't compatible, the message won't disappear. I should also mention that CLX has a really good customer service. They immediately respond to emails. I was very impressed about that. Next comes the graphics card. On my system I had the 2070 base. In a lot of places you can't even buy the RTX 2070 anymore. So if you want to buy this one, instead of paying a little bit more for the 2070 Super, now's your chance to shine. For the RAM I got 16 gigs. RAM is the best cheap upgrade you can get. Either get 32 or 64. Actually get 64. If you don't like crashing programs or freezes, get 64. Oh, and the rendering will also be much faster. Power supply 750 watts. I think it's always on sale, so yeah, just get it. Operational drive I chose SSD, because it was on sale. Also, SSD is faster than mechanical. Now looking back, I should have gotten 1 TB of SSD instead of 500 gigs. That stuff fills up quite fast. Secondary drive is mechanical because I'm old school. It brings back old memories downloading corrupted files on Napster. As for the other stuff, I know nothing about, so I just skipped them. On cooling system, I decided on the second best. Finally, the overclocked CPU. The option is also there to overclock your GPU, but I'm not a gamer. Now, what made me try CLX ultimately was the easy-to-use website and the relative lack of negative reviews. Or any reviews really online, oddly. Now that I think about it, that was a little bit of a gamble. Yeah, but just like the time I told my ex-wife to get off the couch, lose some weight and shave her sideburns, it's a gamble I'm glad I took. Especially after I was able to keep my PlayStation 2 after the divorce. I picked all the basic browsers already installed, because what am I paying over $2,000 for a PC for? And those are all the accessories that I skipped. Except for the free t-shirt. I got a small. I'm not actually a small, but I like to think that I have a petite figure. Now I hit add to cart and see what the price is. So yeah, very close to last year, except now you get a processor with 2 more cores. By the way, I did try put a similar components last year on Amazon Canada, and the total price was about $50 cheaper, but unassembled. $50 won't even get you 2 rolls of toilet paper nowadays. Of course, you can select the higher end categories to customize your PC more. You can paint them, and so on and so forth. Let's switch to a different topic. If you ever wondered how does CYBERTRON PC compare to CyberPower or iBuyPower in price, wonder no more. One thing you will notice, CyberPower and iBuyPower have the same web designer. So I selected similar components to a CLX build, or at least the ones that I recognize, so this isn't a hardcore scientific test. As an example, I selected a 2060 Super since they didn't have a 2070. Anyways, $1,939 US is the subtotal, not including shipping and tax to Canada. How does iBuyPower fare? Well, selecting similar performance components, the subtotal is $1,917, which also would get me these bonus points for my next purchase, I assume. Now with the CLX, let's try switching to US currency and see what the subtotal is. Almost $300 less, and with the grand total, it's about the same including shipping and tax compared to the subtotal of the others. So for Canadian buyers, this is pretty good option right here. I will say this, I really like the cases and case options on CyberPower and iBuyPower. Look at the varied selection. That's nice. Now look at the selection on CLX. But as mentioned, overall I had a pretty good experience with CYBERTRON PC/CLX. Anyways, I hope this review was helpful, and wherever you buy your PC, may you discover new places and boldly explore edits where no one has gone before. Yeah, that sounded way better in my head than out loud. Oh well. Edit long and prosper. That's what I should have said. I have to make sure to replace that line before I upload.